I'm David Kroodsma with Hub Culture, joined today by Amy Davidsen, the U.S. Executive Director of the Climate Group. Amy, thanks for joining us.
Oh, you're welcome.
Can you tell me more about what the Climate Group does and your role within it?
Sure. So I'm the U.S. Executive Director of the Climate Group, and the Climate Group is an independent NGO, and we work internationally with businesses and governments to scale clean technology. So that could be LED lightings, electric vehicle, IT-enabled energy efficiency, solar, as well as as well as CCS, and really to cut greenhouse gas emissions as well as to grow this clean revolution.
So most of your focus is on implementing new technology and getting it to spread.
Yes, exactly.
So in the absence of U.S. legislation, which it looks like there will be an absence of, how much can your organizations, which are government, city, local governments, state governments, and companies achieve?
Well, certainly cities and states are doing a lot already, and we're hearing that in Cancun, that in the absence of sort of an international global deal, the focus is really on what's happening at the city and state and region level, or what's called the subnational level. So for example, I mean, New York City has done a tremendous amount already. They put a plan in place called Plan NYC to cut their greenhouse gas emissions by 30% by 2030. And actually already they've achieved 12% reductions in emissions through things like converting their taxis, 25% of their taxis to be hybrid, planting trees. They planted over 300,000 trees on the way to planting 1 million trees.
And what are your major groups in the U.S. that are part of your organization?
So we have corporates as well as governments, but mostly corporates in the U.S. because corporates are, you know, they're not slowing down, which is really what's interesting. Even though we don't have this U.S. sort of signal for corporates, we're working with the leaders, and the leaders themselves, you know, one election, or the midterm election, isn't going to slow them down. It's certainly not going to change their commitment to climate change, because they really see this as a competitive advantage. They're innovating for the future. So they're either going to be developing products that cut out carbon in both their product as well as the supply chain, or they're developing products that are going to help their customers reduce their emissions. So we're seeing, you know, tremendous commitment, continued commitment from our corporate leaders.
And why is the Climate Group here in Cancun? Are you here to coordinate your efforts among your members, or are you here to lobby the delegates to take international action?
Right, it's more about coordinating our members. In particular, we have states and regions from around the globe that are here in Cancun to, again, underscore their commitment towards climate change, and hopefully they demonstrate that leadership, and hopefully the leadership at the international level will hear what they're doing.
So how does that coordination work? Is it Nike saying to another company, look, we've done this, let us show you how to do it? Or is it Nike saying, we can do this, we're reducing ours by this amount, you can do the same thing? How does it work?
Well, I think with Nike, they're a terrific example, and they are one of our members, but they show the way. Just today, we had a session called China Day. So we had a large delegation of Chinese here in Cancun, and Nike was sharing what they're doing around their supply chain and their manufacturing base in China. And it's tremendous how the way that Nike's reaching out to their Chinese counterparts to work together to drive down emissions.
Great. Well, thank you. I'm David Kroodsma with Hub Culture, joined by Amy Davidsen, the U.S. Executive Director of the Climate Group.